Hi guys, this is Greg at Best Choice Trailers. Today I want to take you for a walk around the Lamar H6 6-inch channel frame equipment trailer, 14,000 pound. This unit's a 7x20. It's got a few options on it. We'll show you those as we walk around, most notably the rear full width ramps. We're going to start out up front, show you all the standard features as well as the optional equipment on this particular unit. So up front we got a 2 5/16 cast adjustable coupler. This is a pretty neat coupler from Demco. It's the only coupler I'm aware of that's commonly used anyway, that's actually got an easy latch, and it's also rated at 21,000. Most of these are only rated for 14. Just has a little bit excess capacity, a little bit heavier build. It's got this 6-hole adjustable coupler. Good spot to hang your safety chains, keep them out of the mud and dirt. Unit comes equipped standard with the 12K jack. If you're not familiar, there's a pin that you can pull. Simply pull that out, put your foot in the bottom to put it down, or just let it spring up for the return. Nice heavy duty jack. It is serviceable. You've got 2 grease zerts, and then if you ever have a bearing issue or whatnot, simply pull the cap and you can get to the guts of the jack. This unit is equipped with a cold weather wire harness. It is standard equipment on this. It does have the common 7-pin blade plug. Of course, it's got your breakaway cable. If you're not familiar, you'd simply hook that up truck side, separate from your chains, and not wind it around your jack like we sometimes see. And that that mess of wire there would be designed to pull the plug out in the event of a disconnection. This unit is equipped with optional charcoal powder coat. We do that on most all of our units that we stock. We do the charcoal powder coat with the black mod wheels. Gives it a nice clean look. It's a little bit dark and cold out here today, but hopefully you can see the charcoal. It is not a black trailer. You also notice it's got the pinstriping, gives it a nice clean look. One other little detail on this, I like where Lamar's jack placement is. Little detail, a lot of manufacturers put it against the headache rack. We ask them to keep it a little bit farther up. It's still plenty far back that it's out of the way of your tailgate, but it's up forward enough that a guy can actually fairly easily get to it to use it. Little detail, but pet peeve of mine. You got your front headache rack made out of pipe. Decking on this is a 2x8 treated pine. For tie downs, we've got a rub rail with stake pockets. You'll notice it is a full wrap tongue, meaning the tongue wraps the whole way back to the spring hangers. Makes the trailer a little bit stronger. Occasionally you'll see something that's not a full wrap. This also is a full one-piece tongue. Occasionally we'll see them spliced together. It's one piece all the way back to your spring hangers. Fenders on this are the equipment style diamond plate. Now this is a double broke fender as well. Occasionally you'll see a manufacturer use a cheaper single broke fender. This has 2 brakes in it, makes it a little bit stronger, a little bit more work. You'll notice it's also a removable fender. If you take the bolt out on either end, if you want to load a skid from the side, or if you have the occasional car and you need to get a car door or something open, you can do so. Not only is it a double broke fender, but you'll see the prop support for the fender. Then down below the prop support, you'll see the slipper spring suspension. Slipper springs are common on trailers over 10K. Normally, most 14Ks will have them, but not near everyone. One thing on this that most don't do is put a grease zert on it for serviceability. Some will call that a wet bolt kit. Oftentimes that's a $20, $30, $40 option for the kit for lubricating your running gear. On the axles, we've got 7,000 pound Ford adjusting brakes with easy lube hubs. So if you're not familiar, the brakes now self-adjust just like a car, and you always have your brake pad optimized to the right position so that you get maximum braking. Then easy lube hubs simply behind the cap there, you'll see there's a grease zert. It's already pre-greased. It's got a 235/80 R16 10-ply radial tire. So one option on this unit is the full width stand-up ramps. Lamar will call this the Rhino Ramps. The industry's got a lot of different names. We go with a very simple full width ramp. So each one of those ramps is about half of the 7-foot deck. One nice part about these ramps, well, a few nice parts about them, really. You've got a self-cleaning dovetail for one, so it'll knock any mud or whatnot off that you've got. Also gives you full width loading capability. Third thing would be you've got a full flat deck when you lay it down, so if you have any 20-foot pipe or anything that you want a flat deck, this will give you that capability. Last thing that's pretty neat would be it'll stand up. So whenever you want the aerodynamics, maybe you're not loaded, fold it all down, you got no wind drag. And then if you got an 18.5 foot, say, short cab pickup truck that comes back to here, just leave the ramp stand up. Of course, those ramps are spring assisted. Generally, you'd have one ramp on a normal, or one spring on a normal ramp. This one's going to have two. Trailer does have 16-inch on center floor cross members. Fairly standard on most 14K equipments, but not all. One thing to note, we've seen more and more in the industry over the last couple of years go to a form cross member, something a little bit lighter. This is still a structural channel, a little bit heavier floor cross member on it. Trailer is powder coated. It's got a bead blast and then a powder coat top coat. And see a made in the USA sticker. It is proudly made in Sumner County, Texas, about 2 hours northeast of Dallas. If you have any questions on this or any of our other trailers, feel free to give us a ring. There are a number of different options available on this. You can go longer deck, heavier axles, different, you can get blacker to charcoal color, all kinds of different things. So just call if you got questions on what options are available or availability of a certain unit. We do stock this in a number of sizes and weight ratings. You can call us at 717-220-4220 or visit us on the web at bestchoicetrailers.com.